What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. So yesterday, during the Lakers' game against the Washington Wizards, a game that they ultimately squeaked by with a 119 to 117 victory, a much-needed victory for the Lakers. Late down the stretch, they lost some key players. During that game, they lost Lonnie Walker IV to injury. And late in the third quarter, Austin Reeves left with what appeared to have been an ankle injury. But he was able to come back into the game, right? After the game, Austin Reeves said something about his approach to injuries and what he was taught about injuries. He said, quote, "There was no structural damage. I didn't break my ankle. So I've always been taught, if it ain't broke, go play. That's what my mom and dad used to tell me. So I've always tried to play through nicks and bruises. That's what sports is about. As of now, I'm good to play tomorrow. I tend to play just because I'm always trying to play through little injuries here and there. That's what my parents taught me. If you can go play, go play. We won, that's all that matters. Rolled my ankle. It didn't feel good, but at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do to make it worse." And that was basically my message to my guys on the training staff. Can I play? They said, yeah, let's tape it up. Probably not going to run perfectly fine like it hurts, but at the end of the day, I want to win, and luckily, we did that. That's partially why Laker fans have taken to Austin Reeves and why they chant MVP. I can name the stats. 52% shooting. I think he's around 38% from three, 90% from the foul line, 10, 11 points per game. Role player, of course, but efficient. And he plays well, and he plays hard, and he always wants to be out there. And this is what's missing from today's NBA. This is what I grew up watching with LB, grew up watching James and Ticket TV and the Brother 78. Everybody. Town Biz. We grew up watching players who wanted to go out there and play. Not even just for the fans, but for the sake, their own personal pride, man. And before you motherfuckers, even you few Davis fans that want to twist it on me, Russell Westbrook has also been embraced because for the most part, he goes out there and plays. Even last year, when he played like shit, he still went out there and played. I'm sorry, but when you look at these types of players who are rare, and you look at Anthony Davis, what happened to I vowed to play all 82 games? What happened to that? You see, the thing about Anthony Davis is this. This is what we keep trying to say. It's not like Anthony Davis is suffering Kawhi Leonard-like injuries. Like Kawhi had the type of injuries that require surgery. Even though he still is part of the problem because his problem is he can come back much sooner, but he doesn't like to play through pain either. That's the history with him. But at least I will say Kawhi has suffered injuries where he was required to have surgery. Anthony Davis has not really had that serious injury that will shut down his season. Most of these types of injuries that AD has, to be honest with you, back in the day, a guy might miss a week. Or he might miss, about a week. He might miss a week and will try to play through it. I've already told you countless times the story of Kevin McHale. During the 86-87 season, McHale was having the best season of his career. In March of 1987, to be exact, I believe was the best basketball he had ever played. I believe he was Player of the Week sometime in March of 87. It might have been Player of the Month. Can't remember. But then he started feeling pain in his foot. And the team doctors found out that he had a fracture. Now, he had the choice of having surgery, which would have ended his season, or to play through it, which did lead a risk of him ultimately breaking his foot. But the drive to win a championship, because he already won one, they wanted to repeat. At the time, no team had repeated since the '69 Celtics. That drive, that goal, superseded his physical pain. He went out there and played with that fracture, which did get worse. If you watch the '87 playoffs, if you watch late games in the '87 season, he wore a boot and he limped around, but he wanted to win. And this is what these guys did back then. Ronnie Lott, instead of ending his season and have surgery, infamously he told doctors, cut my motherfucking finger off. I want to keep playing. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to be Ronnie Lott, but you got to understand how it feels to grow up watching real men play sports and watch these motherfuckers running around wearing dresses and shit. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Russell Westbrook, too. It's a joke. People talking about, oh, Anthony Davis got a flu. Anthony Davis got a flu, man. What's your problem? You want to play through a flu? Man, fuck the Jordan flu game. Magic Johnson had a flu in the '88 playoffs and was busting ass. I know he felt like shit, but he had to do what he had to do. You know how many times we've watched basketball games growing up and Matt Gukas or some sideline reporter, Cheryl Miller, will tell us that Reggie Miller is suffering from flu-like symptoms, but he's going to suit up and the motherfucker might go out there and bust ass. Come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm not saying playing injured, but when you play sports, especially as you get older, you're going to play with some pain. That just that's just going to happen. You're going to be in pain. That's part of the process. These guys don't want to play through pain. And it's getting to the point where you got superstars that are now only playing 50-something games out of an 82-game schedule. And they want us to proclaim them the greatest athletes of all time. You better get the fuck out of my face. You got people on YouTube that get mad because we want to praise the players of the past. I don't give a fuck what you get mad about. I'm not going to call Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a fraud. I'm not going to shit on Larry Bird. I'm not going to fucking defame and defile, as much as I don't like him personally, the Isaiah Thomases of the world. Just because you want to push through this generation of Steph Currys and all these motherfuckers because they have a nice run, but you ignore that these motherfuckers are struggling. I mean, Steph Curry's having a great season, but look, bro, what's going on with the Warriors? Curry obviously still in his prime, right? I mean, if you're a top 5 player or 10 player, like people keep telling me he is, and you're still at the top of your game, you should be able to at least carry your team to a winning record during the regular season. I'm not saying winning a championship, but hell, a top 10 all-time player still in his prime, and your team is struggling. So I don't know, man. But kudos to Austin Reeves, man, with the old school mentality. Wish more of those players thought like he did. The NBA might be worth watching again. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.